Buongiorno e benvenuti. Welcome to Art Yoga Pills with me, your host, Dinny. In this space, we will connect and share together about creativity, inner child, and self-awareness. Siete pronti? Enjoy! Ciao a tutti, Kia ora, and welcome to a new episode of Art Yoga Pills. Today, I'm not alone. I have with me a very special person. Welcome to Monse Mayol. How are you, Monse?
Hi, Dini. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful for one day more of life and for being able to connect with you. It's been a really long time since really we connect more. So I'm really appreciating and looking forward for this moment.
Me too. Yeah, we've been sharing the same living space for several times, in such a place, and at the busy time that we lived there was always challenging to find time to deeply connect. So when I came to your last workshop, I thought that I wanted to have a chance to get to know you better also through this opportunity and possibly inspire other people through your story. So thank you for being here with me today. And I'm really curious already if you like to go into the first question, which will definitely open a portal of getting to know you a little bit deeper and introduce you to our listeners as well.
Okay, go
Cool.
for it.
So ready or not, my first question for you, if you like to share with us, is who is Monse? And it's up to you to go to whatever direction you wish to go with this question.
Who am I? I'm a human being that I love to be human. I really love to be in this earth. I consider myself someone who enjoys life, who tries to take the most and grow and develop myself through experiences. I might not be the more courageous woman, and trying. Sometimes in some areas of my life, I feel like I'm quite structured and picky, but I think being able to, enjoy the human body, the movement, the dance, the eating, the laugh with friends, with music. Is so, yeah, it's so marvelous. I feel like really fortunate to be human. So I like this human part of me. I like also my connection with the spirituality. I nurture a lot my awareness with my emotions. So I think I'm a person who dedicate my daily life to know myself more with kindness and to look myself and observe with less judge, more compassion. And the more I practice that within me, the more I feel like I'm capable to do it and express it with others. And I feel like this is one of my really beautiful healing experiences. And I think so that is kind of my philosophical part. Apart from that, I'm from Chile, South America, from the north of Chile, Antofagasta, the desert, Atacama Desert. For those who knows, we have beautiful skies, and it's really quiet and silent. So you listen your steps when you are walking in the night, kind of see the clear skies in the night. So it's that sensation of expansion that helped me a lot to listen more, listen what is inside me. It's quiet. I study psychology. And when I had 6 beautiful friends in psychology on the 5 years. And we started with one of them. We started to study biodanza. She started first, and then I started myself. And I could see the transformation on her And I could see the transformation that I also had an experience with me, self, as I told you, more compassionate with me. Yeah. And that's why I kind of got immersed in this path of helping humans, helping us, because I'm helping myself too. I can say, oh, helping to grow in different ways, to seek well-being. So it can be through dance, through therapy, through massage, but not like really, it's more like therapeutic touch, batch remedies. I did a training in Chile, like different proposed breath work that might help me to access to you, because we are different and we might not engage all the time with one specific modality. So yeah, having all of that gave me the sensation that I can really help to transition life with others, and that others can grow as well in their own journey. So yeah, that is kind of my my wairua part. I could say, yeah, my heart sings, my soul sings when I'm feeling that I can create spaces to that people can feel connected, grow, and loved, and then they can be authentic, and they don't need to become another person, or covered by the ego, and just feel safe that they can be themselves. Yeah.
Wow, Monse, thank you so much for allowing us to get to know you a little bit better through your story journey in all the aspects that you decide to investigate with us. And I'm really curious because you mentioned that you come from a place in Chile where it's really quiet. So I wonder how such a place with the ability of being so still with no interruption, how that became for you possibly your connection with dance. Um, if it started just at your period while you were studying, or if it happens even before that connection with yourself, your body, and with the possibility of creating movement to connect with that.
Mm. Wow. When you were talking, like asking me, it came like different periods and pictures in my mind, and I pictured my mom. My mom is one of it's really big influence in the music and in the dance. So I have and my father too, but mostly my mom, and I remember, for example, she was doing, like these exercise classes with technotronic, or like music that I was listening, and I was like, oh, this is not from my age, but I had a really big, wide view of music. My mom also loved like classical music, so I remember have really good memories with her, like playing with cushions and then putting cushions like bombs, and then dancing in the mirror, the two of us, and like being allowed that movement to happen, like really, yeah, childless, I could say, between us. Yeah. And then always, cheerleaders and the school and gimnasia rítmica, we call it. Like, I don't know how you call it, like rhythmic gymnastics, kind of with the ball, trying. But yeah, I felt so alive when I moved. So it came from childhood. Really, my mom stimulated a lot, and then through school, and then I played music. This is something also, I play flute. So see how it's everything connected in some point, and we start like weaving all the past. So I think even when I read it, like I had a few sessions with a tarot tarotist in back in Chile, and they, when I was just studying, finishing psychology, you know, and they always say like, you have something with movement, with music, like therapy, so maybe that would be kind of your thing. And since little, so music, you know, dance. I play flute, and when you play the flute, an air instrument is the melody of the music. So when you are playing, you are moving as well, you know. So it's like I'm kind of dancing when I'm playing. So it's like really, yeah, magical. So I think it was like, you know, it's like everything. I don't have any word more than connected. Synchronic.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, it sounds like when you have that beautiful connection even with yourself to capture those memories related to different point of your experience in which you were connected with creativity, and then it came through form of music, either by dancing or either by playing. So it's wonderful that you can remember those point in time, which might not be for everyone, but if we can tap into those moments where we were connected to our inner child, when we were actually children ourselves, it's beautiful to see what make us feel alive, which might be the same that we can apply in our life today. So it's beautiful to hear about that. And I guess that this just bring me to the question, if you would share with those who might not know yet, which I believe that there might be some, but if you could explain through the project that you are hosting of Biodanza to someone that might not know at all what Biodanza mean and what the experience could look like, what would you tell them to make them possibly reconnecting with that aspect of themselves as playing and dancing, and see how that can be so powerfully healing for our soul and heart as well?
Yes. Okay, for sure. So, I have so many definitions to give you, like the book definition that we have and other more and plus mine. But so biodanza, we're gonna maybe start from the beginning. Biodanza, or bio, like stands like for bios, like life, the Greek root, and danza comes from Spanish, and also from French, and the French is like the dance, the meaningful dance, the movement that is full of meaning. So it's the dance of life. That is the word. Stands for that simple and profound, easy way to say it. It's the dance of life. When we each person, because this is a system that works in a groupal way, so each person represents life, represent the universe, represent the world, represent your bonds, your family, without necessarily you doing that consciously, with consciousness. It's just like, sometimes you go to a class, for example, and maybe your energy is feeling 20%. You decided to go there. You are tired, maybe you are sad, maybe you had the best day ever, maybe you are a little bit grumpy, other is hungry, the other is worried, the other is in love. And every person in some point represents what is going on in this world. So when we gather in the biodanza, Rolando Toro defined biodanza like it's like the ritual. It's a human encounter. It's a ritual. It's like we prepare and we spend 2 hours in this kind of ceremony of encounter. Ceremony that encounters in some point means that I find myself and I find others in that space that is a safe space where we practice to connect with the healthy parts that we still have in life, more than connected with the sadness and the sorrows and the lack of what we have and all the insecurities and the problems, that we have enough. In that ritual, we try to connect and uplift and develop and inject like a boost of energy in the healthy parts that you still have, in the kindness that you still have. Even though many people doesn't say hello to you, you still have that, and in that space you are gonna boost that, and you are gonna keep being yourself, even though maybe the world can be gray for a moment, you know? So, or the same, they can be with tenderness, with courage. We might be struggling at some point, we connect with the courage of allow ourselves to fly to a new mysterious experience. And with dances, we can create that sensations and awaken that sensations in your body. So it's not that we didn't have that experience. We had experience in our lives from the very beginning of our life that we've been brave, for example. But sometimes our mind talks louder and we forget that we have that sensations. So through biodanza, with specific musics that we use, we create, it's like I put the ingredients to awaken and spark that potential. Imagine that now I'm talking, imagine like bubbles, you know? So you have that bubbles that are like courage. And then certain music and certain movements in your body allow you to connect with that bubbles and awake that and say, oh, wow, yeah, I feel it in my body. And then you create also a pathway in your brain and in your nervous system. You are creating a new experience. You are, with a lot of neurochemicals that are healthy for you. And you are having a new possibility of a new memory that change not your present, but even your future, because it can be so impactful, you know, like brain is so powerful, and it's an organ that is so mysterious because we don't know all the functions. We just use a little bit of percentage, but the power of the brain of once that you are living a present experience, and that is creating so many good hormones for you, neurotransmitters, is also creating a new memory in your cells. So all that chemicals travel and go inside the cell and even can repair and change. Oh no, I never feel loved. And in this class, you've created that experience, and that kind of changed the DNA in your cell. For sure, you know, and you can talk about like these moments of your life that were transformed as a milestones, and then when you create a aha moment and say, oh wow, actually no, was not all the time like I thought, and I can create a new way of living. Oh, I can express love. Oh, I can say nice things to others, and it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Receive love too. Oh, you know, it's okay. Say no. I don't feel bad with that, and then we are growing. So, if I try system that mix group of people, music, and movement. Movement that is not like salsa movements, not choreographic movements, I mean, not, but movements that are connected with the functions of motor integration, coordination, jumping, synchronicity, you know, like we are integrating our bodies, then we integrate our emotions, and then we integrate our emotions, our body, and we express that to others. In these 2 hours of class, you might have circles, walk-ins, games, because as you say before, it's so important for us to keep playing. That is even fundamental for us to keep keep our healthy brain. Then you go through this kind of euphoric time, vital time in the class, and then after that you are quite tired, you might feel more relaxed, you might play and connected with all the participants of the group or with a few more, and that creates the sense of calmness in you. It might promote and facilitate that you eventually will feel more safe, and you allow yourself and your body to be more receptive for the more deep exercise that we can put. That it could be like more deep exercise. I mean, experiences that are more intimate, experiences that are capable to really perceive that you are loved, that we are holy beings, sacred beings, that you think that maybe you never know how to look after someone, and then in an exercise you are looking someone and you are so present and you are like, breathing, and you are realizing, wow, it's so simple, and I'm not scared, for example, to be in this position. Or at the beginning your mind is crazy, and then you're relaxing and you are like feeling so present. I think that is so precious. And in that moment, we create these experiences that are more deep, I could say. And both components, the active pole of the class and then the more quiet and calm place, create balance, because we are working as well with the nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So integrate action and relaxation, and that creates balance, and that translates as better mood in the morning, more energy in your life, more connected with the signs of your body when you need to rest, when it's danger, when you need to move, you need to be more by yourself or socialize. Then you can have more creativity to your life. You could go from the creativity to cook different and or create your life and change your job and decide, well, now that I'm so connected with my life and I feel alive in my body, this friends, this environment doesn't really longer serve me, so I feel it and I will listen to that and I will move. And so that creates creativity, that translates in the connection of with the environment, with Pachamama, with Papa Tuanuku, and then that means that we are like creating more consciousness, ecological consciousness. And then it can be, in different ways, diminish the anxiety, improves the interpersonal intelligence, improves your awareness with yourself and the feedback that you have when you are with others. So many problems nowadays with the technology that kids, and we lost the contact. So we don't know how to relate, and it's so safe for us to be in a screen, but then when we are in front, we don't know how to talk, how to look in the eyes, how to hold the space for someone who is having a big emotion. So it's kind of therapeutic and ritualistic, because in these 2 hours, you will be immersed in these dances that help you to connect with that good things that you have in your life. And then you, after a class, you might feel renewed, you might feel fresh, you might feel moved, for sure. You might feel like, whoa, what is going on? Sometimes people is quite a lot, because you are moving all the information that is stuck in your body too with dancing. But I would say that never is gonna be something bad, it's the opposite. It's an experience that is worth it. I don't know. This is my own journey of transformation too. So that's why I see it like this, Dini. You might, for example, for me, it's a deepening path. It's like a it's a growing journey. I was like really harsh on myself, judgy, and I still have that part, but then when I was in biodanza, I felt like, whoa, this is what I need. I need more love to myself. I need to be more kind rather than being more perfectionist and critic with me. So like, it's okay, today you are tired. That's like, the word is not going, you are okay and enough as you are. I need to, like get crazy having more stuff. No, it's okay. It's okay. We can with it. And that helped me for my own journey. So that's why I see it like this. And other people might feel it like, oh, I have fun. I'm more light. I can move my body. I'm getting more confident and less shy between other people dancing. And I'm having fun and I'm connecting with make new friends. Depends on you and the path and the moment that you are in your life. You might see it and take from different parts. But sometimes we don't realize how profound is these things, It's like yoga or art or dance. And then if you practice regularly, then, there is not more like just a small practice. It transforms kind of all your life without maybe wanting to do it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you for sharing all of that, like the professional part, but also the part that comes with your personal experience. And I guess that what in the time that you discovered it, what motivates you to reach to this point of your life in which you are actually sharing with others and see how powerful it can be. From my personal experience, is very similar to everything you share, and I can see within myself like the courage and the vulnerability that it takes for me to put into place to get out of my comfort zone and facing challenges of how do I connect with people. I don't want that, I'm shy, I want to dance on my own, but see how putting myself out there and giving myself permission to play and see what might comes through this experience, but still keeping like the boundaries within myself. It has supported me to make my own discovery journey with this practice, and I guess also unlocking something. And I somehow always end up needing tissue. So there is always also that component also of releasing through tears, and see how that can also be really healing and giving ourselves like permission to be seen, but also to know that the place in which we are practice is safe to hold us in all the different shapes of emotions and things that might arise with this practice. So I definitely resonate with that.
Thank you for sharing that. Look, I have a poem here that Rolando Toro wrote, and wonder if you would like. I have two poems that I think they are kind of describing a little bit what is biodanza.
And I'm open to listen to both of them. You don't need to pick one if you want.
Okay, so one is, the name is Manifest, and he say, "We are the memory of the world. We only need to remember what is in ourselves. The fruits of summer, the voluptuous love, the ability to put oneself in the place of the other, contact, the courage to innovate, the embrace, the farewell, and the encounter, the sea on our skin, the music of life, the dance of life. Biodanza gives us back the ancestral memory, the absolute possibility of love."
Wow.
And then he'd say another one that this is kind of, not it's a poem, it's like his dream. And that's why Biodanza was born around the 60s, after the Second World War, like all these, like, you know, crisis of the humanity, that we were like just connecting with war and death and selfishness and ego, and we needed a revolution of love. So from that part is that Rolando say, like, we need to connect with these gestures of kindness, that we are not just bad people, you know, we have both energies in our life, and we depends what we are gonna nourish, you know. So let's dance. So, and that's why this is a movement that is a worldwide movement, which started in Chile. Then he did biodanza there. He moved to Brazil. Then it's in 54 countries now. I would say 55, maybe, counting New Zealand. And Italy, Europe. He went to do like a third school in Italy. So it's in Czech Republic, no, Russia, and all that part. So needs to be a movement that connects more and more people. So that's why it's not individual proposal. That's why it's a proposal that gathers many. So he say, I dream of a humanity that embraces and kisses with the joy of living, where loneliness does not exist as a feeling, where each of one recognizes the sacredness of the other. And I know that this is possible. It only needs to be more than the dream of one, but a vision shared by many. ¿No? So I was like, and I feel like,
Wow.
yeah, I feel like when, especially, you know, when we are in festivals or we are like a big thing, it's like you feel like that energy. So like, yeah, if we have more people dancing, more people doing yoga, more people doing art, connecting, talking about emotions, being vulnerable, being kind to each other, we can transform this world. Like now we are doing it. Huh? There's also good things that are happening in this world, not just negative things.
Absolutely, yes. And I can see how this can be turned into a ripple effect, keep on inspiring, keep on expanding, and keep on connecting with one another and raise the energy together, because sometimes alone it might be too hard of a challenge. So if we work together, we are mirroring each other to see how we can heal each other through that contact that, as you earlier shared, also now it seems to lack from new generations. So to bring it back to those simple action of dancing like nobody's watching, and see how that can turn our day into a great day, to a colorful one, who knows, and giving ourselves permission, even if we might not feel ready to step into a biodanza class, to doing it within the safety of our own spaces, and see how even just like playing our favorite song and allowing our body to move can be the initiation of the reconnection with ourselves, to then possibly expand also in those workshop and opportunities in which we can connect with other people and doing it together. So I guess that
Yeah.
with this it comes to me as well, if you wish to share, if this summer, this New Zealand summer, we will see you as well somewhere around, and feel free to keep on adding anything that comes to you with the
Ah,
sharing.
so okay, so yeah, for people, yeah, we have different proposals in biodanza. We work with beginner classes, workshops of like weekend workshops, deepening workshops, deepening classes, you know. So people who doesn't have experience in dancing, biodanza it's really friendly in that way, like it's gonna welcome you. You don't need to know how to move. You already, just because you are here in this world, that is enough. Just go with comfy clothes, and then you're gonna lose yourself in the dance and find yourself in the dance too. And so everything also in biodanza is progressively. So it is, I think this is important for me to say, because sometimes, well, especially when I get like quite passionate about talking, like it's just like, whoa, this is quite intense. I don't know if I feel like going, and the importance of this system is that we start progressively bringing difficulty, like a degree of difficulty in the dance, it depends. Like, so if you have weekly classes, you go every week to one class, we start with simple things. We start like with connection and more maybe individual practices, just more during the whole class. For instance, if it's I don't know, 13 exercises, proposals and of dances, you might have like kind of the half of them just by yourself. So you might not feel like, this is too much for me, if you are like getting and closing your eyes and moving your neck and relaxing your body first. As you say, like when you dance, like nobody is watching you, and you're just creating that connection with your body. And the more you get used to the people, and the more maybe the group, when you as a facilitator, you observe that are like maybe if it's the same people, it creates like an environment even more safe, and then the movements, they are expressing more with their faces, and then you can observe the evolution of the group. Then you might do like, oh, I will dip the toe in other waters a little bit deep to see, so that, but it's like, that is kind of that's why it's the aspect of ritual, because it's like we are all in the same waka. We are in the same waka, holding hands, don't know where we go, but as soon as we are close together and like trusting, we are gonna go through this, so this is kind of like the invitation. Beginners class, progressively bringing some more impactful exercise. Then you have more the deepening classes. Maybe if you go like one per month and you have quite a lot of people, for example, the class that you attend, it was like kind of a mix between people that did have done biodanza from 2019 to new people. And then when you have that mix of people, you might put some in more deep exercise, more profound exercise, intimate exercise, because there's more people that can hold that for new ones, and we all started in some point like beginners. So then how a beautiful gift for the older old people, participants, being able to see themselves facilitating and contributing in creating a safe experience, without as well like losing your boundaries, always honoring your energy, and being able, okay, I'm addressing all the time in my classes now, especially here in this culture, in New Zealand, for example, the contact, that I would rather prefer that if you have to contact with someone and you have to hug someone, you hug the people that you want to hug. And if it's one person in the class, just do that, rather than pretend that you have to hug the 10 participants. Because what we want to promote is your authenticity. What I want to promote is that you are true to yourself, that you can be okay, that even though maybe you don't want to hug others, you are okay with that decision, because you are being, authentic, and that person is gonna receive the best of you because you wanna give that hug, rather than, do the opposite. That is like cupboard hugs kind of feeling. I don't wanna be here, but I'm like pretending. You know, that is not the idea, because we are promoting the opposite. So I think that is something that is magical in biodanza, the aspect of connection between, that teach you so much about you. And maybe that at the beginning, I forced myself many times to be more like kind of people pleasing, and like, I'm just gonna hug people. And then it's like, no, I understood for my own journey, you know, no, this is like, if I don't feel like, why I'm gonna pretend? So, you know, so also you can be in the class, and if you feel like being more in your own space, you can create a sign. You can say at the beginning, I feel like I'm gonna be dancing by myself, so not personally. So we are also inviting the active listening, and not judgmental listening. No, so it's like, not judge. You can be the way that you are, and you can be part of the group as you are in that person. Okay, so that was like my my gap, my brackets. I'm doing biodanza. I think I haven't applied for any festival this year. I feel like I need more intimate time with myself. So I think I'm gonna go to Shiva Shakti. That is, I think, in February in Kauai Pura Pura, the place that we met, our home, in the first home in New Zealand. And I'm considering to apply for Earthbeat, and maybe New Zealand Spirit Festival it would be. Anyway, I'm going to Auckland about one time per month. My friend Agnes, that you know, she will come back soon. She's coming back on February, March. So this is also super, yeah, I'm feeling super happy for that. You know, it's important, as you say, we need some other people that works with us, otherwise it gets like, you know, really tiring for just one person. And I'm based in the Mount, in Mount Manganui. So if you are coming here, search like Biodanza New Zealand. We have Instagram, we have Facebook page, and yeah, that it's me. I'm doing at the moment, honoring my energy as well. I'm doing monthly classes, and I would like to work as a day retreat. So this is my next step that I'm like I created, and that I will launch for maybe have 3 dates, whether in Auckland and maybe here in around the area in summer. Super beautiful to come here to Bay of Plenty, so you can come for a weekend and have one day, you know. So like mixing a bit of biodanza and maybe a bit of the groupal dynamics, exercise of like body awareness, rather than just go and dance straight, mixing with a little bit of breath work. So then combined with biodanza, you know, so have then lunch together so we can share, and then another maybe a small class, and then a closure. That would be like kind of, I'm vibrating with that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, and also to go so deep into detail with the type of classes that someone might expect if never heard from this before, and knowing if you are an old student, an old practitioner, an old dancer, that there are even more challenges for you to go to in case. And anyway, all the links to your social media will be in the description of the episode. So if anyone wish to just click without searching, it's possible to do that, and get in touch with Monse and see what else will be available in the following months, and knowing that there are also news with your new idea of how to deliver possibly this with a longer practice combined with others, and as well as Agnes being back to New Zealand. So it's wonderful when you know that there are two facilitators and you're covered no matter if you are in Auckland or Momanganui. There are possibilities wherever you like, wherever you are and wherever you like. Because of course the mount is also really beautiful to combine a day on the beach and a day of dancing or the two together.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I would like to ask you a final question just before we close the space. And the question I keep it secret just to keep the spontaneity. As for the biodanza classes, every time that I attend is always a surprise. So this final question is intended to be a little bit like the same. So hopefully there won't be pressure. But if you feel pressure, just cut it down in whatever way you wish to connect to it. But my final request for you is based on the possibility to keep inspiring and empowering our listeners to see if there is a chance for them to be one more time inspired by all the sharing that we've been doing up to this point. And so the final request for you, if you like, is to share three empowering messages for us today, no matter how small or big they are. And you can use them also as reminder for yourself. So to also empower yourself in your sharing with us.
Mm, damn, beautiful message. Um, be the change that you want to see in the world. Be kind with you. Be kind. Yeah. Please be kind. And one that came to my mind is like, please keep looking to the eyes, people. Please let's look each other in our eyes, even if it's for, like seconds, but please let's do that more. Let's, like, you will see that your life feels better, like you can connect, intimate with someone. You can see through, yeah, the eyes. So that would be my
Wow. Thank you, Monse. I really love the simplicity yet the power of those messages. And I don't know what the English version is, but like looking at the eyes as they were window of the soul, that's definitely something really powerful to remind us, especially now that the tendency of going straight to our smartphone might be bigger than the one of connecting, and it might feel at time embarrassing, but it is a really also healing power of being able to touch for a moment the eyes of someone else and go so deep that we might see their soul and our one too.
Mhm. Thank you, Dee.
Wow.
I feel super fluid and our talk. I really enjoyed the questions that you asked me, and yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah.
Thank you. And I really, really appreciate the sharing. We, as I was sharing just before we start recording, sometimes it's hard to sit and get to know someone deeply more than the present moment when you normally meet someone to dig in their journey a little bit deeper. So I'm glad that we use this opportunity even just for ourselves to at least for me, of course, because I was the one asking question, but I was so pleased to know your journey and knowing that just like based on your own personal perspective, you can open so many doors to other people that might find themselves like really unsure of how to move forward. And I'm hoping that your sharing has been a really nice opportunity for someone to get to know themselves better as well. And who knows, maybe find them on the dance floor with us and dance together too. So I'm
Yeah,
also myself looking for that moment with you to see you in person again and dance together.
yeah, me too. Nice. So we need to catch up later, like when soon, for a go for a chai tea and have a talk at the beach,
I
and
would
then,
love that.
yeah, with
Yeah.
some art in between. so the conversation flows more.
Yes, I'm super keen to mix media, so to expand our possibility to connect and having fun together, mixing creativity and kindness and compassion to connect with one another. Just for the moment, I would like to close the space and thank everyone who has been with us today. And I'm really hoping that you might have a chance to deepening your connection with Monse as well. And thank you one more time, Monse, for being with us today. I wish to you and to everyone else a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Grazie per averci fatto compagnia. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. If you wish to stay updated and connected, visit us on our social media channels and our website www.artyoga.co. Ci sentiamo presto. Ciao! See you!